Hey friends, Charity here. I'm sitting at my table with a bunch of seeds spread out, and I've come to realize that not all seed packages are made the same. And I wanted to share with you some different things that you will notice when you get your seed packs from all of these different companies. So let's jump right into it. One of the most well-known companies for lots of heirloom seeds is Baker Creek. Baker Creek gives you a good bit of information on the back. It's gonna give some planting instructions as well as a little synopsis of what this is and what you can expect from it. It'll also let you know how long it takes to sprout, the ideal temperature, seed depth, plant spacing, if it's frost hardy in the sun. And it does have beautiful, beautiful pictures of all of their seeds. So if you're a visual person and someone that likes directions on your seed pack, this one is definitely a go. Some of the cons that you might know or might feel from this company is that their seed packs are more expensive. They are going to be probably one of the more expensive places that you get them from, but you'll get really pretty pictures. You can get a really vast variety, and you'll get a lot of information on the back. One of my other favorite seed companies is M.I. Gardner. M.I. Gardner does have beautiful pictures on the front, and they have a lot of information on the back. So with this purple Ruffles basil, it gives you quite a bit of information about the basil itself, and it'll give you information about the general thing and when to harvest it. Whereas Baker Creek tells you a lot about planting directions. This one gives you quite a bit of planting information and harvesting information. It'll let you know when to start it indoors, days to germinate, days to maturity, and it gives you plant spacing in a way that's really helpful. So some of these don't actually, they'll say like maybe 24 inches apart. He tends to do things a little differently and give you like an idea of how far it should be on both sides. So I really like that. The thing that I love about M.I. Gardner is that the seed packs are $2 a pack. So whereas I spent almost $4 buying this one, I can buy two from M.I. Gardner, and I may get less seeds sometimes, but I can try a lot more variety. And for a small home gardener, it's probably sufficient. You're probably going to get enough seeds. With high mowing seeds, they also have pictures on the front. They also give you some explanation of what it is, some planting tips, and all of the information that I've found on the Baker Creek seed pack. So this one gives you a lot of information. The Botanical interest packets actually give you a ton of information. So they do have pictures on here. It gives you a little bit of information on the front, whether it's frost tolerant and how many days that is. It's right there on the front. On the back, it gives a pretty lengthy explanation of what it is. It tells you when to sow it outside or inside, lets you know all of the information you can find from the other things. But the thing that they do differently that I really appreciate is they have so much information on the inside of these seed packs. When you're done with it, if you open it up, you can see the entire seed pack in there is full of information specific to what you're growing or the type. So this one gives you a lot of information about the homemade pickles variety of cucumbers and optimal growing conditions for cucumbers in general. It goes through general watering, fertilizer, exposure, how to use them in the kitchen, how to store them fresh, ideas for using them, recipes for how to make pickles. I really, really love that about Botanical Interest. I have a hard time because I typically take my seeds out and transfer them to something else to open this up and read the information that they have in there because it's incredible. I really appreciate this about Botanical Interest. Two of the other places I get seeds from are Southern Exposure Seed Exchange and from Seeds and Such. Unfortunately, you don't get any information about the plants really on these seed packs. With these, it'll give you the name. It gives you the germination rate on there, which is very helpful, which I don't always see on some of the other ones. But all of the directions on the back are the exact same for Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. They don't give you anything specific. It says direct sowing and transplanting. And I've seen it's all the same on every single seed packet. So it's not different. So whenever I pull something up and I'm like, oh yeah, why did I order this seed? Like, what's the special thing about this, or what do I need to do with it? I actually have to go to the website or pull out the seed catalog to find that information, because it's not on these seed packs. The reason that I still buy from them is because they have a lot of varieties specific to the South. So for me, I'm growing in South Louisiana, and they have so much stuff that will grow in my area and that thrives in hot, humid weather. And so for me, that's what I'm looking for. Whereas when I look at some of these other places, they have a lot of varieties that may be more suitable for up north, and I kind of have to filter through them. I know that almost everything on their website is going to be good for my area, and I'm going to find a lot more options. So I tend to still go with them. Albeit every time I get in the garden, I'm like, bah, this seed pack. With seeds and such, same kind of thing. This one will tell you how to grow sunny annuals. This one is a Queen Line Zinnia pack. So it goes over sunny annuals, and it lists several different flowers in their sowing depths. However, it doesn't really give me that much more information about it. So I don't get anything specific about the Queen Line Zinnia or other information that you might find from these other seed packs. I was looking to see, do I have, even with the Fairy Morse packets that you maybe get at Lowe's or Home Depot, something like that. On the back of these, it will tell you the days to germination, depth, spacing, height. And something that's really, really helpful for people is to see here, it has the US on it, and it will show you in color coded when you would grow this thing, when you would put it in the ground. And so that is helpful for people that are very visual learners. But that's a super, super brief overview of these different seed companies. I hope that helps you as you're making seed choices, because the seed packs, really, when I get into the garden, I rely heavily on these things. If it's something new, for how far apart do I space it? How big is it going to grow? Man, what type of habit does this have? And sometimes I just don't know. And if I'm getting from Seeds and Such and Southern Seed Exposure, I'm not going to find this information on the packet. I'm going to have to look it up on my phone. Whereas a lot of these other places give me that information directly on the packets. And if you're really into wanting to know what to do with what you're growing and specific things about it, Botanical Interest probably gives you the most information of any of the seed packs. So I hope that helps. I hope you guys make it a great day. What are your favorite seed companies? I would love to know. I know that there are others that I didn't mention that I have not used yet, and I might need to check them out. Make it a great day.